All right, welcome guys to the Reliable HVACR live stream. Hopefully everything is working. We're good. We're live. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Remember to hit the thumbs up. All that good stuff. And let's get situated. How's everybody doing? All right, we got Tech Tie, HVAC Rookie. HVAC is Metal. What's up? Ruben, Zach, Jeff Grant. What's up, everybody? Randy in the house. Cali Cuts. Richie with the rooster comment. All right, good. You guys can hear me. No real topic today. I'm gonna go over some questions. Leave me any in the chat. I do see a couple already. And I know some other guys were going live today and whatnot, but still came on here. We'll see how this turns out. We're getting people in already, so. Like I said, welcome to the stream. If you guys can't stay for the whole show, or if you're watching the video later and you can't watch the whole thing, this is a podcast. It gets uploaded hopefully the next day, and you can listen to it on the go, in your van, car, wherever you listen to your podcasts. All right, so like I said, no real topic, so we'll go through a few questions. What's up, Chris? HVACR videos in the house. Jonathan, hello, everybody. Yo, Eddie, what's up? So this was kind of last minute. I wasn't sure if to even come on here, but we're here. Next week, I do want to start having some guests on. I do have a list, and I want to have a certain amount of people that come on here to kind of go over what they do. Now, I do commercial refrigeration mostly with some air conditioning. So, that's what I show and I talk about, mostly service. So I'm going to bring on, like next week, I want to bring on someone who does residential. We can talk about installs. We can talk about different like tools and things like that. And I just kind of want to mix it up a little bit, start having some guys on here. Like I said, I have a list of people that I want to come on. And then I'm going to just start having like people that I know, whether it's on Instagram or here on YouTube. I'm going to leave it open, and we can have some different people coming on, and they'll talk about, stuff that they do, different kind of work that we see out there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same guys that you guys see, all the big YouTubers and stuff like that. I've been thinking about this for a while. I already had a couple of guys reach out if they can come on, and I'm more than happy to have them on. So we're going to do that. Francisco Climaster, yeah. Pleasure running into you over at AHR, man. I've seen some of your stuff on IG. Good stuff. Angel, bro, you're missing Ben's live. Usually Tuesdays are mine. But yeah, Ben, Zach, well, both Zachs, and some other guy are going live today, like on different channels. So it's a little clustered today, but we still got a good amount of people in here. I feel like we all have different audiences, and it's fine. HVAC boss. Shoo. Streaming wars. Yeah, man. I took a couple of breaks here and there, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to start today. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, I'm going live today. I'm going live today. But like I said, it's cool. Let's see. All right, let me go through the chat. What's happening? Cali Cuts. When hooking up your manifold gauges, to a heat pump with only 2 service ports? Do you have to swap your hoses when calling for heat? Heat pumps. Does anybody have more, what do you call it? Experience? I've never worked on a heat pump. So yeah, from what I understand, it works in reverse. That's something that I wanted to read up on. I have only come across, I think, one heat pump, and it's kind of way out there in an area that we do have the store out there, but I got called out to it once, and it was just an electrical issue. So I didn't have to hook up to it or anything. We got it back up and running. Now, troubleshooting that is not something I'm going to be familiar with. Heat pumps are not really a thing down here. I think we're going to be switching to them soon because I saw that one. I've heard of other ones that are coming up or being put in. So, should you swap your hoses when calling for heat? Rooster in the house. I appreciate that, Chris. Let's see. Angel, you got us on the TV or something? You're watching the 2 lives. Francisco, read the true suction port for low side. Your suction side will be your discharge in heat mode. Yeah, that's another thing on residential, because on, well, I think it's the same thing for commercial, because I did run into another one, but we weren't going to service it. They ended up calling somebody else, and it had several ports. On a residential, you're going to have that, what they call the true suction port. You're gonna have, I believe, 3 in total. So like Francisco was saying, you hook up to that true suction port, and then he says your suction side will be your discharge when it's in heat. So good to know. You need 2 high side gauges. Commercial heat pumps. Yeah, like I said, I ran into one, and it was an electrical issue. Then I ran into a, what do you call it? I think it's by Lennox, the Allied commercial, something like that. And it had a whole bunch of ports. Granted, I didn't have to hook up to it because they have a design flaw where the lines rub out. They're basically in that tight spot. They have a bunch of I want to say it was a suction rubbing up against one of the other lines coming out of the reversing valve, and basically, I don't know if they come out of the factory touching like that, but it rubs out, and the whole thing was flat. So coincidentally, it didn't have any safety hooked up for a loss of charge. So needless to say, that compressor it was shorted out. And I was kind of surprised by that. That was a restaurant that they were all the same units. So there was like 2 or 3 heat pumps, commercial rooftop units. So after that one had leaked out, I went around and just kind of went through the other ones, and I had to kind of bend a little bit of the piping so that they weren't rubbing. And they had one compressor go down, but at least, we prevented the other ones. Now, they didn't want us to do any of the work, and I want to say it was under warranty or something. We were going to take over that place, but it didn't end up working out. So, didn't get to work on that specific heat pump that we've come across. Let's get HVAC boss on. You want to come on this live? Let me see. I have it set up. Let me whoa. You want to come on, Angel? Just give me a yes or no. Let's see. Tech they are phasing out gas slowly, more electric and heat pumps. Yeah, that's probably why we're seeing or starting to see the heat pumps. But around here, it's all electric. I hardly come across any gas rooftop units. Like I said, I only do commercial, so I'm not familiar with the residential side. Now, from what I understand, it's that side of things is going the same way. It's all electric where I am. So every now and then I'll still run into a gas package unit, but it feels like you say that they're phasing it out. I really don't see that anymore. Let's see, Nestor. I've never seen a heat pump with only 2 service valves ports. No, it's supposed to be 3. Did somebody? I don't know if you said there was only 2, but yeah, from what I've seen, because like I said, I don't do residential, so on a split system, I've seen from the other guys, online that I watch, that there one in the middle, the true suction port, what they call it. Richie, you work with a lot of systems that have pressure problems. So I set my gauges to high side gauges. I hope one day you talk about the real problem of the industry. Showing the years business are in business. Hold on real quick. Let's see. Or show any law problem the company may have. Here in Texas, we just have to worry about basically like anything with the EPA or the Texas regulations, because if stuff happens, like if you're not doing like if you're venting, if you're not recovering, if you're doing anything dangerous like that, and they catch you, Texas Department of Regulations, TDLR, it's a website here for Texas. I don't know if it's like this in every state, but you get put on the little wall of shame, and it's just if you get caught. Now, granted, somebody has to be here actively patrolling, or somebody has to call it in, which I don't know if that happens often. But yeah, if you get caught doing something against regulations, EPA guidelines, or anything like that, they'll have your company name up on the website, who did what, the fines, all of that stuff. So my main thing is I don't want to get on that website. So we do everything by the book. We do everything that we can the right way, because, the fine is one thing, but being known on that website. Now, granted, I have myself, I have not gone, I don't go and check it like every day or every week or anything, but it's there for the public if they want to go look up companies. So you can go look up anybody that does commercial or residential, and they'll be on there if they've been reported for anything. So yeah, I don't want to get on that list. That's the only kind of thing that you can get in trouble for around here. A lot of other stuff is just fair game, or if you know people, you can get away with some stuff. So did Angel drop out because he was like, bring on HVAC boss? Let me see if I can find them real quick. Hold up. Okay. Shit. Let's see. What do you like about commercial? Personally, I love commercial. Like it's the best thing to me. If I could only do commercial refrigeration, I would be so happy. Um, we can be picky. We don't really get into the residential side, and I don't do a whole lot of AC work. I am a commercial refrigeration, specifically kitchen refrigeration tech. So that's what I like to do, and we do service. We don't really sell units. Now, if the customer needs a new unit, we'll do the installation or we'll do the swap out, whatever they need. But we're not in the business to sell. And once you get to these commercial accounts, for the most part, they can buy their own equipment for the most part. So if they're buying their own equipment, you're not really making money on selling. So that part of it is not a big side or not a big money maker for us. We do sell equipment. We do deal with some of the companies around here that sell equipment, and we'll try and put their equipment in, do the warranty work for them, all that kind of stuff. But I love commercial. Now for me, it's because I like being on the roof. I like being alone sometimes. It's just my preference. If you do residential, even though I can be a people person, I can talk to people. I've gotten better about that. And I don't have an issue with that. It's just you have to be more in tune with that, more in a good mood if you're doing residential, because you're dealing with homeowners on a daily basis. And some of them can be really good customers. Some of them can give you a hassle, and it's a little different. Some of them are looking over your shoulder. You're being in their house. I feel kind of weird being in people's houses, and I feel like there's a little more things to worry about. Whereas if I'm doing commercial, I'm up on the roof. I'm kind of out of the way. And then if I work in the walk-in cooler or freezer, same thing. The cooks, the customers, they're not going to be hanging around in the walk-in for the most part. So I like commercial. I do wear my earphones, and it helps me pass the time and stuff. Whereas, on residential, you got to be more aware of the customer. You got to be talking to them as you're working. They might have an issue with something that you do. They might not want to pay for something. I don't know. I feel like I would have more issues on the residential side. Now, I am going on 16 years working in the trade, and I run a business with my dad. So he does only kitchen equipment like fryers, steamers, grills, all that kind of stuff, and a little bit more. I handle the HVAC side. Now, of course, if I want to think about this as a business and what do I want to do to make more money, I know there's money in residential. So, eventually I'll probably have to hire someone or a small crew that we can do residential work with and go about it that way. Let's see. I know your lines switch when having a true suction port, but I didn't see one. I swear I only saw 2 ports, but like you said, Nestor, I've never seen a heat pump with only 2. I'll have to double check. Interesting. There should be, unless Unless it's a weird brand or something. Ever wanted, well, I guess I answered two questions in one. Did I ever want to do residential? I kind of want to get into it. Obviously, for the business, it would help, but I really like commercial. I'm not in anybody's like personal space. I can be on the roof. I can think. I can have a clear head, all that kind of stuff. And then, granted, now if I do want to talk to people, I do work in the kitchen too. Like I go down, I work on the reach-ins, I work on the walk-in, like the evaporators and stuff like that. I can see people when I'm down in the building, but if I want to be, or I get a good mix of both being around people or being on the roof. Why does a business license cost money for a piece of paper? I think everything costs money. We have to register vehicles, we have to pay all this fees for everything, you know. It's the way the world works. Pulling permits is another thing. I mean, we pull permits all the time. I got people telling me like, why are you pulling permits? Just go on the weekend, do the work on the weekend. I'm like, no. Again, I don't want to have that bad reputation where we're doing anything illegal or against guidelines, regulations, anything like that. So we do whatever we need to. I have my license. I want to protect it, and we pull permits. We do everything by the book. Zach, yep, I get a lot of Karens in residential. That's what I'm worried about, man. But I know it's not all bad. It's good money. We'll probably make that transition soon. I've had more neighbors get mad about something than the actual homeowner. I believe we are being suppressed. Nestor, 16 years. Congrats, brother. Appreciate it. 16 years, and it took me about half of those to actually like really enjoy what I'm doing and really be comfortable where I can be like I'm good at it, you know, I can do or I can work on anything. I didn't like it when I started, to be honest. I just wanted to get paid. I'm sure everybody is like that when they start. If you start and have a good attitude about it, I mean, you already have a head start. Because or most people, like myself included, if we're young, we're just looking to get paid. We want to get out. We want to go home. We don't really care. I don't know. So, yeah, for like the first half, I was that kind of kid. I didn't really care too much. Granted, I had a lot of power. I didn't want to work. So eventually, I got my act together. I was like, this is my business too. And just started having a different attitude. And I started caring about my van, how did it look, and making sure that was organized, because my dad got after me so much for my van. And now it's like super, like everything has its place. I have the Milwaukee packouts everywhere. Hey, HVAC overtime. I don't want to work now. Yeah, when you get older, you don't want to work either. When you're young, you don't want to work. When you get old, you don't want to work. Vegans, really like your content. Appreciate it. So yeah, I had to change my attitude. Same thing with the people. I didn't like to talk to people. So I've completely had to turn that around, and it's for the better. I really enjoy working now. Like I said, I love doing commercial refrigeration. I'm cool with being in the kitchen and all that. So, whereas I think a lot of people get turned off by the whole kitchen aspect of what I do, like in my line of work. I'm cool with it. I'm used to being in the grease, being on the floor. I used to help with the kitchen equipment. Like I used to put in, or I used to help with the pilots, the burners, thermopiles, all that stuff. I don't remember half of it, but I used to be like a parts changer for the hot side. And once my dad was like, "You should go for HVAC or whatever," uh, that interested that interested me way more, and I got super into it then. Douglas, you have a great organizational foundation. As a tech, work is more pleasant when organized. It's less frustrating because I can't tell you enough. When I had my van a mess and had to go look for a tool or look for a part, that in itself would frustrate me. So, and then you get in a bad mood. So if you have everything organized, you take care of your stuff. A lot of my tools, I mean, I use them daily and they don't look that bad, except for some dirt here and there or whatever. Like they're not like before. Like I was breaking my tools. Uh, I had a digital manifold set that was just rolling around in the back of my van, and then I finally like I started using like on my new set. I have the cover for it. I make sure it's hung in a place that doesn't rattle or rock around. So yeah, being more organized and being more efficient is what makes it more enjoyable. Let's see. Francisco, you're a great tech. Residential makes big money, but big issues. Yeah, there's a little more, or you get away with a little bit more on the commercial side, right? Now, granted, a walk-in freezer, especially if you're doing supermarkets, that's crazy because the amount of product and money that they could lose. It's a lot to be responsible for. That if it goes down in the middle of the night, they're really relying on you to come in and fix that and get that going for them. So we don't do supermarkets. We used to do like 24-hour stores, but we don't do those anymore. Um, right now, I feel like we have the luxury that we have these places that don't even open till 10:30. So right now, I'm kind of like having a good time. I get to do all my business stuff in the morning before work, as far as like billing, emailing, making any phone calls or little like Zoom meetings that I have to do in the morning. And then I have my day driving around doing all these calls. Right now, we have a lot of maintenance coming up. Super boring, but it pays the bills, especially when it's slow. That's a good way to keep busy, is just to have service or maintenance agreements. We don't really stick to contracts, but having agreements here and there is definitely a big lifesaver. And you can schedule them when the weather's not bad. Like right now, the weather's not too bad. It's not too hot. It's not freezing outside. So we're going to do the maintenance. It's the one that we do have it with. It's like 20 stores. They keep us busy. Um, and it's automatic. It's every 6 months. Easy way to get paid. No shoe covers. If I do residential, I need shoe covers, I would think. Uh, Chapel Knight, I have a question. When you went to school for HVAC, did you work and go to school? And what type of degree or certificate was it? So I went to a college. It was a community college. It transitioned into a full college when I was going. And I don't know, it had like different locations. The one I went to, it was South Texas College, and then I was at the Technology Center. And at the Technology Center, they had a bunch of trades. So they had HVAC, They had like welding, nursing, stuff like that. They had different buildings, but it was like its own location. And as far as working, yeah, I was working. So when I started, like I said, I was a helper for my dad. I worked on the hot side. Now, when I transitioned to HVAC and I was going to school for it, I was working with somebody that we would kind of subcontract with. So I was working, and I'm not a school person like whatsoever. So I was kind of bad about that too. Like I didn't like doing the or going to school. I'm glad I did, but I didn't like it when I was going. And a lot of times we had like projects going on out of town, or like we were like doing a change out or something like that. And at the time I really wanted to go. So I ended up like skipping some days of school here and there. But yeah, I went to a college. They had an HVAC major basically. And then from there, you can get either a certificate or an associate's degree. So I went for 2 years. That's technically a degree. If you want the certificate, it's only like a year and a half. I think it's a year and a half. Basically, if you want the degree, you just have to take your basics. So math, English, some electives, all that like, what do they call it? Like speech and different things. Like, just have to fill out that other semester. Nestor, HVAC work can be overwhelming at times. What keeps you motivated? Man. So that's a tough one, man. Let me just check something real quick. Problem with the company, we have to stock every part for Starbucks. Basic parts. Yeah, I don't carry a lot of specific parts, so I try to get away with some universal, and and I carry like one or two of everything. We have a lot of supply houses around, so my van, I'm able to consolidate it down, and then as soon as I use the part or I use a couple of them, I can go restock. And don't really have any, like we used to do some places that had a lot of the same like True units, or Hoshizaki was another one, but I don't have to worry about that too much anymore. So a lot of universal parts, and OEM parts that I know that we use like often, but we have supply houses like everywhere here, so it's real easy to restock. So who asked that? Nestor. It gets very overwhelming. I used to let it get to me so much. The summers can be really hard. So, like I said, I have fun with what I do. I love what I do. It took me a few years, like 6, 7 years, to get comfortable and really enjoy it. So, you need to also um, listen to yourself. I mean, I don't get too much into it. We can have a topic on this soon if you'd like. I know there's a lot of other guys that are talking about like mental health, physical health, stuff like that. All of that stuff helps you not go crazy. So, like for me, I was getting burnt out all the time. So, like I said, take care of yourself. So, like for me, I live in Texas. It's over 100 degrees a lot of the time. it gets up to like 110, and I'm sure it's even hotter than that because that's what the weather says, but it's always a little bit hotter with the humidity and all that. But if I'm in the heat, I cover myself. I wear sleeves, I wear gloves, I wear a bucket hat. So I try to take care of myself in the sense, that not to have anything that will in turn, I guess, be too much. Like I said, like if you're working in the sun, you need to cover yourself. Get an umbrella, do stuff like that. I also have a cooling towel. Make sure you have plenty of water. Keep yourself cool. Take breaks. You're not a machine. Um, stuff like that. So that's how you can take care of yourself physically. Now, mentally, that's a whole different topic. That is a thing that you need to kind of like for me, taking work home and thinking about it too much is what drove me nuts. So have a kind of like mental thing where if you go to work, and especially for me because I'm a business owner, right? I have to deal with these customers after work. I have to deal with responsibilities. If something bad goes happen, it's on me, even if it's one of my techs. So uh, another thing that helped me was when I got out of work, like semi shut it off. If you need to go research something, watch something, that's fine, but don't stress out about it. So, um, but that's a whole mental thing, like getting out of work, making sure you don't bring that home with you, making sure you don't take it out on anybody else, your significant other, anything like that, your kids, and just enjoy, have a hobby, do something after work that gets your mind off of it. I think that's the hardest part, especially for the good techs, the ones that care a lot. Some things can drive you nuts, and you take it home with you, and it really messes with you. So once I figured all that out, once I got more comfortable, because another thing is just being comfortable at work. Like I didn't like it, I didn't like dealing with customers. I didn't like waking up at crazy hours, like when we used to do all these 24-hour places, or we used to do these installs or whatever. We took on a lot at the beginning, so like you got to know yourself. You got to know when you need a break here and there. Uh, don't try to do too much. If you need help at work, tell them, hey, I need a guy to come with me, come help me out. Um, you got to listen to yourself, because if you just push through it, I understand if you can do it, but every day it's gonna catch up to you. Douglas, do you focus more on cleaning during maintenance or finding uh, problems? I don't know. Cleaning during maintenance. I try to do it. If I'm by myself, I don't care. I'm taking my time. Like I clean, or I have an overlook of everything. So I'll look at the whole unit. I'll walk around, see if any of them are like short cycling, if they sound funny, if they look like visibly dirty, things like that. Like I'll walk around, and then once I start cleaning, I just go through and clean everything. Um, Once we start turning them back on, is when I might check temperatures, seeing everything, if anything looks funny, kind of look at the electrical a little bit. We look at the contactors. You just want to make sure nothing is bypassed either, because you never know who worked on it, or what they did. So if I'm by myself, I'm taking my time. I'm doing all that stuff. I'm going to clean it thoroughly, the way I want to do it. And then I'm going to take a look, like I said before, just to see if anything is out of place or acting funny. And then afterwards, after you clean it, it should be working the way it should be, right? So making sure the temperatures are good, nothing's overheating, you got good supply temp, all that kind of stuff. If it's refrigeration, making sure it's reaching temp. Um, but yeah, when I'm by myself, I take my time. Now, for the most part, we try to do the maintenance in twos. So it'll be me and my brother most of the time. If somebody else is doing it, we might have a helper with them. And if we can, one person is cleaning and one person is checking the electrical and checking everything, so that, you kind of have each person focusing on something themselves instead of trying to do it all at once. I've been overwhelmed when I'm by myself if I'm in a hurry because, calls come in. Some of them give me deadlines and stuff like that. So if I can, I'll have two people. Like I said, one cleaning, because usually we're cleaning like 4 or 5 units at a time. So somebody goes through, washes them. I'll go through and check all the electrical and kind of go downstairs and make sure everything else is good inside the building. So that's how we handle the maintenance. How many hours is enough per day? I'm good working 8 to 10 hours a day. Now, if I'm working from the morning till like midnight or something, that's extreme. We are a small company, so I cannot speak for bigger companies, but we don't like to overwork our guys or ourselves. So if somebody does a day like that, we give them like half a day or a day off the next day. Now, granted, if they want to make it up on the weekend or whatever, they can do that. But we'll tell them, take a day off or have your day off tomorrow. And, or like ourselves, if I'm working like if I'm working like over 10 hours or something crazy, I might sleep in the next day. I might take half the day off or something. That's just how we are. Francisco, how old are you? I am 35. I don't know if I look 35 or I look older, but 35. So that makes me, yeah, it's because like by the time, and I forget how old I am, so I always have to think about it, but yeah, I'm 35. I'll be 36 very soon. So all this started when I was 20. I took time off after high school because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I started, I think, when I was 19, and I was going for electrical engineering. And then from there is when my dad started his business, and I was helping him on the side, like doing, because I'm really good with computers. So I helped make him some business cards. I did all his logos. We got uniforms. I helped him with that. Um, Getting his truck lettered, and then helping him advertise. So that's how I started. I wasn't even like in the kitchen or anything like that. Like at work, I was at home. I had a different job, and I was just like on my computer. Like, yeah, I can do that. I can make documents. I can do all that stuff for you. And I wanted to be helpful for him. I was proud. He got his own company and all that, but I didn't know if I wanted to do that. So I didn't get into it right away. It might have taken me like 6 months to a year. And, once he officially started his business, because it did start as a side thing, I started helping him on the weekends or when I had days off. And then I went full time finally. And yeah, so I'm going on 16 years. I started when I was basically 20. Oh shit. All right. Giovanni, is Tito Vlogs going to be the guest? No. I'm working on some things, so bear with me. He's a little busy at the moment. I know he works. I think he works weird hours sometimes, and then I think he's taking some classes and things. So bear with me. You might see him soon. You might see Angel on here too. He was in the chat and he took off, I think. So let's see. Okay, I'm scrolling through. Cooling with Kraus. I don't know if you're still in here. What's up? Out here giving John Israel the business. Is he live too? HVAC Tactical, Quality HVAC, HVAC Shop Talk, HVAC something, some guy that does news. And is John going live too? Everybody's going live today. I really appreciate anybody who's here watching. I'm one of the little channels. I really appreciate it. So if you're here, I'm glad you're here. HVAC strong, yeah. Oh, I need to go through the chat. Sorry. But you're here. What's up, Vinny? Okay, hold on. I have 2 lives going on. Let me get through some of these questions. It's been almost 7 years and I've been in service for 3 years. Pointers or suggestions? So I'm assuming you switched to service. You just want to... If I had to give you some advice, the little things are the things that separate you. So, and like you're saying, 7 years, that's when I kind of flipped the switch and I got really into what I'm doing. So little things matter, like your van. Like I was super disorganized. Then I got organized. Right now I kind of took it to the extreme because I got a pack out for everything. But being more organized, don't lose your tools. When you have to go to the van for something, don't take forever. I used to get so lost in my van sometimes because I didn't know where anything was. I was just throwing crap everywhere. And then as far as working, like the little things matter. So, and I saw Francisco Kleinmaster point that out. He's like, if you go and do maintenance and you're cleaning the coil and whatnot, don't neglect, the outside, the panels, whatever the customer sees. If you tell them I clean the coil, I clean the inside, but the outside looks like crap, that doesn't help your case. Things like that, wipe down the panels, wipe down things, make sure if you've never worked on it before or somebody else has been out there, make sure all the connections are good. Zip ties, make sure everything's neat. So a lot of the little things matter to the customer. Like they're the ones watching. They basically have a before and after, and it's good to pay attention to all those details. So I mean that's a big thing. And then like if you're working, you get frustrated, something like that. Just take a breather, and you want to research and keep learning. So you run into something you don't know or you're not familiar with, look it up. You have YouTube, you got guys on Instagram. You have manuals that you can just download now. Make sure you're looking all that stuff up. Like I said, I don't know everything. I just learned about liquid injectors last year for the compressors on the walk-in freezer. Never seen that before. I went home and researched it. Had a lot of guys in my comments that helped me, and I learned that. I started seeing heat pumps. I need to still kind of read up on those. I've never worked on them. And then we're getting a lot of digital stuff. So, like, what's the one that we're putting in the IntelliGen, because I do a lot of freezers and walk-ins. We got that. I took the manual home. I've talked to the manufacturer a couple times to make sure we're doing the things, right. Or if I don't understand something, I'll talk to them. But, research a lot, keep learning. And it's always good to read up on things. The struggle is real right now. We're middle-sized shop and look out for each other. If you work crazy hours, we definitely take the next day off. So we're not the only ones. And that's cool. Like, we are a small business. We're a family business. Most of the people that work here are family. And even if they weren't, we've had guys that come in and we hire them and whatnot. But we also try to check on each other. And if, like, me or my dad is done with a call, we'll be like, hey, do you need help here or do you need help there? Especially if they're on the roof working in this heat. Stop by and help them out. So it's always good to watch out for your guys. Oh, you transition from install. Yeah. Replace the insulation on the suction line. Yeah. If you notice some stuff deteriorating, take care of it. It's all, and then this is all visual stuff. So, like, insulation gets eaten up real quick. Not only does it help the system, you re-insulate it, you take off the old deteriorating one and put in a nice new insulation. The unit will work better, but the customer sees it and it looks like, makes a big difference visually. So that's a good one too. Yeah, man, I didn't get to hang out at the Blue On booth either. I know I missed some of the other guys too. All right, let's see. Saludos, Daniel. Zach, I didn't appreciate the trade until I worked in a restaurant business for 4 years. I prefer the attics and hard work over the mental stress of a kitchen. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. I just like being on the roof. I like being out there doing things, working with my hands, fixing stuff. That's the ultimate satisfaction for me. Something's down, customer needs it, you go in there and fix it. It's the best feeling. The work is out there and people don't know if they can trust us because of the dishonest people. Yeah, Richie, you're not wrong. That's definitely something that we have to get over. Um, you're gonna have a lot of techs that go out there and they just want to make a quick buck. In the long run, they're missing out. But once a customer realizes, they're getting screwed over, a company's being dishonest or whatever tech it is, the next company is the one that has to pay for that. So we have a customer that we've been for like almost since the beginning, right? We've been open we're going on 16 years, like fully open. And there's a couple of customers that we've had since the beginning. Now, we didn't have them the whole time. We might have lost them and then got them back, different things like that. They want to try another company, stuff happens. But yeah, there was one that was a hospital, and they felt like they were getting screwed over by different vendors. So what happened is like I I would always get a yes to do the work, whatever it was. They were like, we need it fixed, we need it going, do it. Um, I'd write out the invoice. Honestly, they wouldn't even read it. They would just sign it, and we get paid. After a while, because of other vendors, they were requiring us to sign in physically on a paper. So that got a little annoying. When I got there, I had to sign in, sign out, stuff like that. Like, not a big deal. We weren't the ones, cheating the time or anything. Like, we weren't trying to charge extra hours or anything like that. So it didn't matter to me that much. It just sucked if I forgot. But whatever. We had to deal with that. And then they got rid of it because it was a hassle, going through all that paper just to have everybody sign in. So there was that. There was another. We have another one right now that we have to use an app, and in that app, I have to remember to take pictures because it won't let me sign out without taking pictures. So we have that one, and that all happens because they've been lied to or taken advantage of, and then like the next company, they're going to be questioning you like crazy or making you do all these things to make sure that you're doing the work. Let's see. See Young HVAC made it in tonight. Thanks for letting a filter changer in. Let's see. Texas folk. Yeah. South Texas. Nobody understands what that is. It's like we're by the border at the very bottom, the south. Let's see. Okay, hold on. There's something going on in the chat. Boss came in. Vinny, how did you get started in the field, and how long have you been at it? I didn't know what I wanted to do. I started as a helper on hot side. So I did, they work on fryers, anything that cooking equipment. My dad was doing that, so I started as a helper, doing or grabbing tools and equipment, running around getting parts. I ended up putting parts in myself, so I did a little bit of it, and then he wanted somebody to do refrigeration because he didn't want other companies coming in and trying to take his work, right? So if they called another company, like an HVAC company, a lot of the ones here, especially at that time, were doing both. So he didn't want any competition at there at the same time with him. So then I was like, yeah, I can go to school. I can learn that. My college happened to be offering a program, so went for that, and I'm going on 16 years. Let's see. We're going on an hour. An HVAC boss showed up. All right, let me go through the. Hold up. I work with fan coil units and pneumatics old age equipment. Young or C Young HVAC. I do research my parts, so I give the counter exactly what I want. Been doing this 20 years, and I might have S for it. He's the truth, the filter changer. Although I do change filters, so it wasn't a lie. When I started, I depended on the counter guys a little too much, and I got the wrong parts. And what was funny was one time me and my brother went, and we kind of looked at each other, try not to laugh, because I asked for a dual pressure control, and I told him it's because he looked confused. I was like, yeah, they have the capillary, dual pressure, low, high side. And I forgot what he brought me back, and I was like, dude, that's not at all what I asked for. And I was like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's a dual pressure control, high and low. And that was funny. But at that point, I was already getting my own part numbers and stuff like that. It was just like, I didn't know what brand they had. I was like, I just need a dual pressure control. So, yeah, what I like to do is I like to get parts breakdowns and stuff like that. That way, I get the part number, I look it up, I verify it. I mean, it's so easy to verify now. You can look it up and you'll see everything in a picture. Verify everything and then just go to the part house and pick it out yourself or tell them I need this exact part. And that's the best thing you can do, because if you rely on the counter guy, they're not always going to know. I do appreciate when they hire like technicians, and that helps a lot. There are a couple that I trust a lot, and I will ask their opinion on stuff that I'm not familiar with. Even though like I'm there to get something, I'm like, well, what do you think? Or which one is more popular if I'm trying to decide between like brands or something. So yeah, like it's better to do your own research, get used to getting parts breakdowns, looking up model numbers, all that stuff. And Vinny over here, the HVAC super tech, if you ask him, Blue On is the way to go, right? You can go to Blue On if you do AC work. Parts Town is really good for as far as like kitchen stuff, so we can do hot and cold. Cold side, it's a little confusing on Parts Town, but the breakdowns are pretty good. You can get a parts breakdown, you can get a manual on there, and that's usually what I use it for. Then I'll order from. I deal with Johnstone. They have a app that I can just order stuff on. So as long as I have the part number, I'm good. Let's see. Rich ain't my tech. Angel, you're still here? Vinny said what's up. Oh man, I gotta catch up on the chat. All right, like I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning. I do need moderators. I don't know if you guys saw my post. So right now the chat's getting a little out of hand. Nothing horrible, but I sometimes I can't keep up with it, and I have no idea what's going on right now. But yeah, if I'm gonna keep doing this live weekly, especially when I have the guests, I do need moderators. So if you guys are interested in that, if you're here for most of the streams or you have time in the evenings, let me know. Email me. I need to get a little more control in here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Yo, Adrian, hire me. Also, physics, heat, and metal was taught in high school. The demon is back. Milwaukee is like guys with big trucks are trying to compensate for something. Where else do you want me to put all my stuff, bro? It all clips together. It's all in one side. They go on my shelf too. What more do you want? In the commercial side, how many calls is taken a day? Richie from moderator. Hold up. Hold on, let me get through a couple more chats, and then I forgot how to add people on here. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, okay, I do it there. Okay, let me get through a couple more chats real quick. Probably gave you a dual pressure for a furnace. I told them commercial or walk-in. Let's see. Oh, commercial side, honestly, like 4 calls, most days. Mostly because we do service a big area, so like it's happened before because I joke about it, and I think I jinxed myself. We work in the Rio Grande Valley, and we cover almost all of it, so it's like 2 hours each way. And I've said this before to somebody, and it happened a lot recently. I'm like, oh, worst case scenario, I go 2 hours one way, and then my furthest call the other way ends up being 4 hours coming back, and then 2 hours going home, if that's all I'm doing. But that is what, like 6 hours in driving. So it happened a couple times already. So I could be driving half of my day. That's the other thing. So like on the commercial side, like this week I have to schedule a solenoid coil that is leaking, or the valve itself. It's R22 and we're not putting R22. So it has a leak. We're going to have to pull the valve. So we got to recover everything out of it. We're not going to reuse it. Change out the coil. I mean, the valve, purge nitrogen, braze it in. It's in a really tight spot. It's one of those center mounted evaporators with the fans on the bottom and the coil on the sides. So it's in a really tight spot. So we got to do all that. Then we got to charge it up, wait for it to drop temp, make sure we don't have any other leaks. So that in itself, it might not take me half a day, but it's going to take me a couple hours, a few hours. So on the commercial side, that's why I tell people I don't run 8 to 10 calls. I might run 4, and that's actually a good day. Okay, HVAC boss, Richie, let's get it. Yo, Nate, what's up? Oh man, you guys. Vinny, I'm trying to get more into TikTok, so I'm gonna try to do more lives on here. On my commercial jobs, security would always try to ask for ID. Really? The security guards are, they always take forever though. Whenever they have to open up like doors and give us access to everything, like, oh, they take forever. Salesperson. Money is not everything in life. Put Richie on live. Let's see. You can't respect the people that make your food because you give them bad Yelp reviews. Damn, the comments, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me... Okay, look, Angel, I'm gonna text you. Or can I? Damn it. I don't know if I can get it. Okay, hold on. Nope, not that. Shit. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second to try and send this out. I'm gonna try and text it to you, Angel. But I need to send it to myself first. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay. Adam, are you on here? Your little wolf came out. Angel. All right, Angel, I sent you the link if you want to come on. I texted to you. Yo, we got the TikTok guys in here. We got Vinny and Adam in the chat. Damn, I already forgot how to do all this stuff. Okay, there you go. All right. Let's see. If Angel gets my text, he can come on. All right, let's see. I bleed scarlet, crimson, and cream. I think... Okay, I need to skip over some of this. Jonathan, go to United. They stock more refrigeration parts. I might have to look around, so I'll keep that in mind. I've been having problems getting some parts. I don't know if it's gone away yet, but I've had issues getting some some parts, and I was going to Baker's as well because my supply house wasn't having like ice machine parts, and I couldn't even get like the defrost terminations for the walk-ins. Let's see. Why you got your goon on me? He's in the waiting room. Oh, okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, look who it is. Let's see. Hold on, hold on. Hey, can you hear me? Okay, you're on the stream now. Hey, I'm still trying to figure out this this program I got going on. It's not the other one that we used last time. So what's up, man? For me, I thought he worked for you. Hold on. Let me see. I got Adam over here, the wolf of HVAC, on my phone. Hold on. Okay. So, what were you and Richie talking about? What you did he really work for you? What's up, Adam?
What's up, Adrian? Man, you look like staying home and chilling. I'm still running calls.
That's the residential life, right? He's Adam over here is still running calls.
Well, technically, I'm done. I'm going home. Yeah, I'm done.
Wait, tell him what? Oh, Angel says show. Yeah, man. Well, he's getting out. He's there in his van, getting on the way home. I got Adam on the TikTok live, and I got Angel on the YouTube live.
How are you doing this? Like, you have Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah. Well, I have the desktop running YouTube, and I got my iPad running TikTok.
Oh, shit.
And there's a whole like I need to get through the chat because there's like I don't know. Angel and Richie were going at it right now.
Were you busy today or what?
Me, I was I ran a few calls. That's what one of the questions was. I was like, they're like, how many calls do you run? I'm like, I run like 3 to 4 calls commercial. I spend like half of my time driving a lot.
For me, I mean, on slow days, it's 4 calls. On slow days. In the summer, well, 5 to 6 calls.
Oh, okay, yeah, 5 to 6.
Of course, I'm in California where it barely started raining right now, and people don't know how to drive. They forgot to drive.
Well, Angel wants you to go work with him for a day.
Fresno, bro? I mean, I'd go one day. I'd be down. I'd just try it one day.
He'll go for one day, Angel. He said you won't want to go back.
Fresno, LA, I don't know, man. It's got tough.
Oh yeah, can you guys hear Angel now? I'm asking, the chat real quick.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, I probably had something else muted. Can you guys hear him now?
Nope. Supa, how you doing, baby? Come on in, join, bro. Can you put like 3 people in the live? This is my first live ever.
Oh really? I don't know. Like when you told me you were trying to join, I was like trying to figure out how to do it too. YouTube, can you hear Angel? Okay, hold on. Let me try this really quick. All right, can you hear him now? Say something, Angel.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Richie Goodman.
I still can't.
Oh, you're not gonna hear him, Adam. I don't know how to do that cross like TikTok and YouTube.
Did you try doing the shorts on YouTube or not yet?
I'm trying.
I'm guessing you also make money on it, right?
Well, you're gonna start now. It just started.
Oh shit.
Okay, I think you can hear him now. Angel, you can talk now.
Can they hear me now?
Yeah, Jonathan said you, or he can hear you.
Jonathan, only one guy?
Dude, I'm trying. It's because like this mixer has like 4 different levels here, or settings.
Nice. Where's my boy Richie Goodman at?
Yo, Adrian, I was actually gonna text you yesterday, but if you want to post a TikTok, and it has worked a lot for me, if you want a video that goes viral, most of the time I'm posting it between like 6:30 and 7:30. I don't know if it's just luck, but around that time, every video I posted on TikTok, it just blew up.
Yeah, I need to get on
So try it.
on something like that. Yeah.
I can't see any of the comments, Adrian. What are the comments looking like?
Why can't you
Did
see?
you get that Vito, the one that you posted?
I have the double XL. They have the backpacks, but I haven't tried.
I know the one that you posted at the AHR.
Yeah, I haven't gotten those.
Oh.
All right, now I'm echoed.
Echo.
Desktop webcam. Maybe it's this one? Say something, Angel.
Something?
Testing. No. You got the ADHD.
Well, for sure, Adrian couldn't be a DJ. That's for sure.
All right, I need to get back to the chat real quick. Let me know if it still echoes or if you can hear me, because I changed another thing real quick.
When it comes to business.
All right, Adam, I'm gonna read through my YouTube stuff real quick. So I don't know if you want to stay on or you can get off if you want to.
No, I'm almost.
Huh?
I'm almost home anyways.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Good talking to you. I'm gonna get to my chat because I'm way behind. Let's see.
Alright, bro. I'll talk to you.
Peace. Damn, I still got an echo. Angel, I can't even see you, dude.
You can't see me. I'm right here. Can you see me now?
No.
No.
You're dark on my screen.
We got no light, man. We're trying to cut back. We're in California, man. We got to preserve. Our governor says we got to preserve energy over here. Man, it was windy down here in Fresno today.
Really? Oh, we had that too. Oh, really? Yeah, we had the high winds. I think only today, but it's been like, uh, it comes and goes. Like we had it a few days ago, and then we had it today again. We had a weather warning for it and everything. All right, I'm trying to make sure that or if the chat can tell us if we sound good. Let me get through some of the comments. I saw Chris from HVACR videos. Streaming can get frustrating when you're trying to figure out stuff on the fly. Yeah. I don't know if you're still in here, Chris, but I'm using Streamlabs. Normally, when I have a guest, when I plan for it, I use StreamYard. And kind of just did a, what do you call it? Surprise guest today. And I'm trying to get through the chat, but then now I keep running into you and Richie's like little arguments. Yeah, I can see you now. What? Hold on. No, you're good. You what? Oh, right now I'll get through them.
You muted me again? Oh, you muted me again, Adrian? Oh.
All right, I got it back on. Hold on.
Yeah. Tell him, Jonathan, he's got me muted all over again.
No, you're good now. Trying to figure out my end, because my end I think echoes, but whatever.
Let me know. I'll start sign languaging over here in a minute.
No, let me get through some of the chat, and then we can go through it real quick.
Well, read fast, Adrian.
I'm going. I have to read all the Richie's comments. They're saying summer's gonna be real bad this year.
Man, I say bring it. Show. That's how we make our money, guys. All we can pray is for extreme heat. Let's get it.
Yeah, Nate's in there like, gotta love the low knocks. Are you still dealing with those? Like you said there's issues or whatever.
Yeah, they got some issues. But you know we're getting through them.
Okay, now they said we're good on the audio now. I don't know what I did, but it fixed. Okay, so let's see. You got guys from Central Valley.
See, young HVAC summer is where it's at. That's right.
Trying to read all the, or skim through the Richie comments.
Dude,
Who started it this time?
Hey, I just say hello to everybody and he starts calling me a demon, man. What?
I was trying to say earlier, I need some people in here kind of moderating some of the chat.
Moderator.
Huh?
I vote for Richie.
Dude. Honesty builds trust. So I think we were talking about, like, customers and stuff, and that's definitely true. If you go up there or if you go out to a call, I like to just tell the customer what I found, give them the options, and let them make the decision. I'm not trying to. Well, this might have been around the time someone was talking about a salesman, or I don't know what y'all were talking about. Uh, I don't try to push anything. I don't try to sell anything. I'm there to do the service that they called for, and the only way I cover my end is I put everything in writing that we found, and I take a lot of pictures. I'll take a couple pictures of anything that looks out of place or that needs work, and I just let the customer deal with it. Like, if they want to, how much they want to spend is usually the deciding factor on the repair. Oh yeah, I see your comment now, Richie for moderator.
Now you're way behind on the comments.
I'm going through them, man. There's
half an hour ago, man.
Okay. I'm going back to where we're at now. Okay. Summer's where it's at. Cali Love. San Angelo is where Andy's from.
Where's this C Young HVAC? Where's he from?
I don't remember. Where are you from, C Young? I think I get a lot of Cali guys in here too.
We out here representing Cali. Show.
Yeah. I was on Chris's stream the other day, and he was like, how many, or I guess he was asking, like, if anybody, or I've run into anybody that watches the channel and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I had 2 yesterday that happened. All right. Were you in the chat? I think I was like, cause I had a guy that took a picture from across the street of my van, and he's like, hey, is this you? I'm like, yeah, that's me. And then one of the guys that was there, the manager, recognized. He's like, oh, dude, I love your videos. So, had that happen a couple times.
I got a question for C Young.
He's from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. I met a guy on TikTok. He's from Oklahoma. Kevin Evans. I think the company is Liberty Home Services. He does HVAC. C Young, you heard of that company?
What did you say what the name was?
I think it's called Liberty Home Services.
Oh, okay. We see a lot of them here, but they're from up north, Texas. Like, they come down a lot.
Oh, okay. I can't figure out this camera thing. You only see my face, or you can see from my chest up?
Your chest up. Did you drop out? Andy, love your videos too. They're great. I appreciate it. Jonathan, saw you on the other day on the highway. I ran into you at the. Did I run into you at Johnstone? That's a small world, dude. Let me check on HVAC boss. All right. No, not you. Oh, okay. I ran into somebody at Johnstone, and I think they said their name was John also. Nestor, related to HVAC, what would you say is your biggest weakness? Oh, I saw your comment and I completely got lost with the whole argument in there. What is your biggest weakness and something you struggled with that you overcome? I'm hungry now. All right, bro. How do I? Okay, whatever. My biggest weakness. Now, if I'm just talking about in the HVAC sense of it, the work sense, I need to work on my electrical, and I need to work on, I would say, the AC side of things. I'm super comfortable in refrigeration, and that's where I like to be at. So I could be better about HVAC. Like, I know how to do the heat load. I know how to do a lot of that design stuff, but I don't know enough to do it. So I mean, I mostly do service for like walk-in coolers and freezers and like little reach-ins and stuff like that. That's mostly what I do, and I wish I was a little bit better about electrical, because I can check it fine. I used to not even like to touch like the disconnects and stuff, but I'm okay with it now. I can do all that stuff. I can put in my, the whips and stuff, run all that wiring and stuff. I can do that now, but I wasn't comfortable with it. And I think a part of it was I kept shocking myself. I've been shocked by like 208 so many times. And yeah, I hated doing electrical, but I got more comfortable with it. And the only thing is I do kind of second guess myself a little bit on the electrical side, because I need to make sure, like, if I checked it right, and then I double check it, and then like if something weird is going on with like a short or something, I'm trying to make sure that I that I got it. I didn't kick you out. Okay, I was like, I don't see you in here. Okay, yeah, so those are the, I guess, like the work aspect weaknesses. Now, what I had to work on, like I said, halfway through, I got really organized and more efficient, but I was also not really good at customer service, I guess you would call it. So, like I said, I was young. I just wanted to get paid and go home. And I just wanted to get paid and go home and not worry about the business, basically. I had to get over that. And then dealing with customers. I did not like talking to customers. I didn't know how to handle an upset customer or even a rude customer. So that was a big weakness for myself. And then that one I got over, and I'm still working on it. Especially like running a business, you really gotta know how to do or deal with that kind of stuff. So, those are the things that I had to work on, and I'm still working on, that kind of stuff. Let's see. I love Boss Man's videos too, but they always make me hungry with the barbecue. Wait till you get some barbecue videos. Angel, you know, he and we actually had that here. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but because we only have a few guys, but um, at our supply house, I had a cousin that worked there, and he took it upon himself to do these barbecues like every Friday and stuff, and we would all hang out there, and he'd tell like all the guys to go buy and stuff. Well, they don't have anybody else that knows how to barbecue, I guess, so he left and they stopped doing that, which is a shame. They had a bunch of like techs and different companies that would just hang out there on Fridays for lunch. Liberty is a home warranty. Humility, that's mine anyway. Less to track down. Did you use your personal van for work? When we started with a truck. And then that was the one my dad used. And I went with him. I was basically, you know, the helper and stuff. Not too long after, I got my own van. We got a work van. And then every time we had a guy that came on board, you know, we got them a van and stuff. So I've worked out of my personal vehicle before, just because if I'm already out and about, you know, and I get called, I have tools in my personal vehicle, and that's just something that I want to do because I hate coming all the way home, because I kind of live out a little far out from anything. So I hate coming home and picking up the van. If it's something like dumb, like something has to be scheduled, like I'll go out there and I'm like, oh, you need a new compressor or something like that, and I can't do it at that moment anyway. I just have to physically stop by and look at it, or if I just need to make like an electrical repair. So I've used my personal vehicle, but for work, we started out with one truck, and then as we needed, we bought work vans. Oh man. All right. Do you even HVAC? All right, guys. We're going at an hour and 45. I know we had some hiccups. Appreciate everybody who came through. And appreciate Angel for coming through. Let's see. Hell yeah, I install and do repairs too. All right, so hope you guys tune in next week. I'm gonna have another guest on. Today wasn't planned, but we made it work. We had Angel on for a little bit, and yeah, I'm gonna have a guest next week, and I have some videos coming out. I have a bunch of stuff to get through. Just so you guys know, I do have a giveaway coming up within a week, so please stay tuned for that. I really enjoy giving back when I can, so like I said, stay tuned for that. I got a good giveaway coming up. I got a couple of videos to put out. Next week we're probably going to be talking about press tools and stuff like that. I know that's a hot topic, but I got the perfect guy to come on for that. And somebody mentioned Tito. If you guys want Tito and Angel on here, we need to figure out something, and maybe we can get a little group live stream going on. I need to figure that out, but we can do that too. So yeah, this was fun. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to sign off. Later, guys.